could you want than to fellowship with other like-minded Christians in your age bracket that want to do traditional gospel, contemporary gospel, and the level of musicianship. I mean, for me, every time I come to rehearsal, it's like there's a choir of angels singing. So for me, spiritually, it's been a gift that just keeps on giving.
So the artist choir experience has helped me dust off my musical theory, knowledge. A lot of sight reading, a lot of recall to remembrance, and it's helped me like with my breathing and especially with blending. There's a lot of blending, especially with this technical music. You can't stand out. You have to be one with your section. It's helped me gain a greater appreciation for Roderick because he's just so on point with his, and like I strive as a choir director to be like that, but I need to go back to school and refresh my memory. I guess that's it.
The artist choir for me has really represented unity in the DC area. A lot of us, we know each other, we sing, all the time, but we don't always get to sing together. So this is an opportunity that we get to come together in a unique way, a way that I'm not sure that has ever been done in the city, and if it has, definitely not in recent history. So it's an opportunity for us to really come together and to just be unified and to do something that's a little out of our element. As a person who has studied choral music in college, but having gotten away from that, this is an opportunity to do something that is not out of my element, but reminiscent of days of old, so to speak.
This choir, oh my God, I'm such a fan of Roderick Giles and his group. This choir to me has reminded me of sight reading and sight singing and bringing that strength back to my ministry in particular. Being able to pick up sheet music and read the sheet music and read the words and embrace the notes and all that that means. I'm just excited to be a part of this choir.
The artist choir has really meant everything to me. I enjoy the fellowship. I enjoy being around all the artists, the singers here in the DMV. It's been a really great experience. I think it's important for us to come together and fellowship and just get to know one another at a larger level. A lot of times we see singers and artists at events and we don't really get the opportunity to kind of spend time with them and just mingle and fellowship, and that's what it means to me. I love it. I get the opportunity to expand myself vocally as a singer by singing choral music because it isn't something that I sing all the time, so I love it. Of course I love Roderick. I love what his vision and what he brings to it, and so I'm just really excited about all that God is going to do and is doing through the artist choir.
Being a part of the artist choir, for me personally, this is my first year. But Roderick and I have been friends for a very long time, and when he asked me to be a part, I immediately said yes, not just because of the friendship, but because it gives me an opportunity to come together with different persons from around the DMV area. So it gives us a chance to present, especially to people of a younger generation who may not be familiar with said things outside of a college platform, as well as brush off, those cobwebs that we may have from our college days.
Man, the artist choir has been an absolutely amazing experience. This is my second year in a row being a part, and it's just a wonderful opportunity for us to come together as artists in unity in this community and sing songs of praise and worship unto God in a different way than what most people are used to. Not only do we get to have a little fun with each other, get to know each other and fellowship with one another, but we get to learn and grow and experience music in an entirely different way than some of us have gotten the opportunity to before. So I'm happy to be here. I'm so excited for you all to be here with us.
Being a part of the Artist Choir is an amazing time. It's been 2 years, and the journey has been wonderful. I enjoy singing with all of the artists that come every year, and I am one, as far as reading music, it's a little challenge, but every year I'm learning something different. I'm learning something new, and I enjoy being with Roderick and under his leadership. And like I said earlier, the fellowship with other people, it's amazing. We see each other all the time, but to sing with one another, some I've never sang with before. But this is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Being in the Artist Choir this year has meant a lot to me. It is a wonderful experience to be in one accord with creatives in the area, to share and come back to our roots of spirituals, hymns, the gospel music that our ancestors have so diligently brought to the table in our churches. Thank you, Roderick Giles, for this moment.
First year being involved with the choir, and it's good to have this feeling of community, singing with multiple voices. You know, I have some friends that I know, people that I just met, and it's always a blessing to blend the voices together and to make beautiful music and be a blessing for others. So it's a blessing and an honor to be a part of this year.
My involvement with the Artist Choir is I was called to be the accompanist, the organist, and just a great musical family that was created by Mr. Giles. And when he called me, I was certainly honored because he's not only a gifted musician, but he's also a friend. So it was a great opportunity to work with so many gifted musicians in their own right. I serve as a composer and choral musician, as well as a keyboardist and pianist and arranger. And so when I got the call from Mr. Giles, it was certainly gratifying as well as humbling to get a call from a fellow musician as well as a friend. This is my second year serving as the organist for the chorale, and I've certainly enjoyed it. It's some of the best voices around town, and I hope you will enjoy it as well. It's been a great journey, and we look forward to many more years with the Artist Choir.
So I enjoy being with the Artist Choir because I get to flex my classical voice muscles. Singing in church a lot, we do a lot of different types of gospel, but rarely ever do we get a chance to sing classical. And so being classically trained, having graduated from Towson University, it is great that I get to flex that muscle with the Artist Choir and to be amongst other artists who are very well-rounded and can do the same thing. So it's just wonderful. The camaraderie is wonderful. Us being able to support each other is fantastic. So I hope we get to do this again next year.
Well, the Artist Choir for me simply meant unity. It meant togetherness. It meant being on one accord with like-minded musicians and singers from my generation. I was fortunate enough to be able to start the Artist Choir because I realized that we are so many great musicians in the DMV area from this generation and we do gospel, many other facets of gospel. And I was like, you know what? Since we're all so great in our own right, why not come together and do some choral music? Because I had a conversation with many different musicians and directors and singers from the generation older than mine. And they said, Rod, you know, your generation's music is wonderful. It really, really is. But we don't hear y'all do a lot of sacred music, and we don't hear you guys do a lot of choral music and hymns. So that's when I was like, you know what? That's an idea. Why don't we just come together and just do some choral music? And how this whole night came about, you can read it in the bulletin or the program, praise God, and you can read further more about that. But lest I talk too much, I'm just grateful to have been given this opportunity to do this. And I am grateful for every artist that participated in this Thought It Not Robbery to give them themselves, avail themselves to be a part of this wonderful night of choral music. I pray that it has blessed you, and it will bless you. And I pray and I look forward to many, many years more with the Artist Choir. God bless.